As we head into Independence Day weekend, let's talk about your money and what financial independence means to you. Hi guys, I'm Katie Mild. Welcome to this week's Money Minute. So as we go into the 4th of July holiday weekend, I wanted to take a few minutes and really talk about financial independence, your money, and how your money can serve as an incredible tool and leverage to power the ultimate independent life. And there's nothing better than that as we go into a weekend celebrating our freedom. So let's talk about a concept that has actually gained steam a lot in recent years, and that's called the FIRE movement. FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. And this entire movement is focused around a few general principles. Aggressive savings rates. We're talking people who are kind of the OGs of the FIRE movement recommend anywhere between 40, 50, 60, 70% savings rates. Very, very aggressive. But aggressive savings rates combined with steady investing strategies, so things like index funds, to create a mass of wealth, to create this momentum of dollars, a momentum of your money that builds and builds and builds and snowballs. So eventually the momentum takes it and carries it, and it generates income to cover your monthly expenses, thus making the idea of going to a traditional job or staying in your career kind of optional. So as you ponder what financial independence can mean to you, remember that this concept really is about having choices, and it's about having options for how you want to structure and live your life. Many people who reach FIRE status, if you will, if they set this goal, they have a very aggressive savings rate, and then they achieve it at an early time, many of them, they do a few things. They may decide, I do want to go sit on a beach. Maybe I do want to leave work. Maybe I want to just never work again and just focus on charity causes. There are so many options and so many avenues that they take. However, a fatal mistake that many in the FIRE community make is they're working so hard to achieve this goal and go, that when they get there, they don't actually know what to do with this abundance of time and with this abundance of money. So today I want to talk about a couple of nuances around FIRE movement, what I believe it can mean, and I want you to just think about these things if you are pondering the concept of financial independence. So the first thing, ask yourself, what does this concept of FI mean to you? So do you want to focus on a charity cause? Do you want to get a lot of money to spend, give a lot of money to your kids, or be able to create a FI lifestyle so that you can spend more time with your kids? Do you want to sit on a beach with a margarita? Do you want to explore a new career path, or maybe free up time to pursue a new entrepreneurial venture? It's so critical to have an idea of when you achieve financial independence, what does that vision actually look like? Beyond having a vault Scrooge McDuck style with a bunch of coins that you can dive into, beyond that fun vision, then what will you do with that hard-earned money? And what will you do with that hard-earned time? It's critical as you start to lay the groundwork for a plan, for this vision. Make sure you know exactly what you're running to and not what you're running away from. The second thing, run your numbers, run them 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 50 times, and then keep running them, because the dynamics of running towards your retirement are changing constantly. So what do I mean by this? First, do you know exactly the amount of money that you will need that will help you reach that critical mass, that will then spit off that dividend income that will cover your bare minimum monthly expenses? When you achieve that passive dividend income that covers your expenses, you are then technically financially independent. Great. But then take it a step further and weigh your options around the concept of lean FIRE versus fat FIRE. Now, lean FIRE is for people who decide they want to retire early. They no longer maybe want to work. They want to be able to sustain on a minimum amount of monthly income for minimum expenses. So the idea is that they will continue a minimalistic living style and remain frugal. That's lean FIRE, and many people do this successfully. On the other end of the spectrum is something called fat FIRE. And the idea of fat FIRE is you don't just want to become work optional. You don't just want to retire or become financially independent with the bare minimum. You want to live it up. You want to not only just enjoy the extra time, but really put some extra money towards extra fun things, right? So you want that fat FIRE lifestyle. You have to account for that in your new baseline monthly expenses, and then ask yourself, okay, do I have the critical mass goal number? Do I know how much I need to save and invest now to get to that critical mass number that will then give me that passive dividend income that's going to cover lean or fat fire. And then ask yourself, where do I honestly fall on the spectrum? Does the idea of lean fire appeal to me more or fat fire? And it's so important to be honest with yourself, your expectations, and your desires of where you want to end up. It would be a really, really sad thing to technically achieve a level of financial independence and then realize it's not quite what you thought it was. You really wanted more in the bank. You don't necessarily want to go back to work, but maybe now you do because you don't have quite enough to cover what you truly want. So get honest with yourself around this assessment. The last thing is this. Remember that financial independence is possible, and it's pretty much possible at any age. Now, a couple caveats. It's easier to start when you're younger. The younger you are, you have the incredible power of time on your side, okay? And once that time is gone, you can't replace that. However, I don't want people in their 30s, 40s, even 50s, even 60s to give up hope, because here's the reality. If you decide wherever you are on your journey, whatever age you're at, that you want to achieve this, you can do it. It will require more strategic planning. It will require putting aside more per month, and it will require a lot more discipline, but it can be done. The effort is worth it. So if you think that you're too late to the game, if you think it's too late to start saving, to start investing, to start designing your idea of financial independence, please know that it really isn't. And there is a strategy and there are options at any age, wherever you are on the journey. So as we go into the holiday weekend again, I hope you take some time, enjoy time with family and friends, enjoy some time to relax, and also take a few minutes, and I challenge you to chart out your vision for financial independence. What does it look like? When do you want to do it? And what does that vision of independence actually look like to you? So that is it. Have a wonderful weekend. In the meantime, please hit the bell to subscribe and tell me in the comments below, are you on track to achieving financial independence? What does your journey look like for you? Do you have any questions around what the FIRE movement means? Tell me in the comments below. I'm always listening. I'd love to hear what you're up to. Have a great weekend, everyone. Talk to you soon.